Alright guys, and welcome back to the D&D. Yeah, I've got nothing for it today, but I do want to show you this. I went for the interchange. You guys can't actually see the F1 map, as I just realised. I hope that's not been too detrimental. I don't know if I was on about this the last time, but I found out how to get it back. And it doesn't show up. You come in, you attach everything, press F1 and diddly squat. I've got the mini-map off at the minute, which is why it popped up and disappeared. But if it doesn't work, the trick is press F1 and you get your mouse, left click anywhere, then press Ctrl and R, then F1 twice, should pop up. Something I found on the Discord. It works for me, it's good. But anyway, you guys got to see that. You do need to see full screen though. I need to add some more options. Anyway, the interchange. Haha. Probably should have kept that up now, shouldn't I? Damn it. I'll pop that back on. There we go. So anyway, yes. It's, as you can see, it curves around the mountain, comes in here. Love the little interchange. The extra loop is for the wood. Because the firewood thing is really freaking awkward. But I think we're up to date now because we have the telegraph office. I don't think the telegraph office was in the last episode. I could be wrong. I may have to double check it. I haven't rendered it up yet, so haha. But yeah, this is awesome. Trains come in, dump, move on to the shed, turntable, whatever. One of these bad boys comes out, probably not Trey. Trey's really slow, but he may get used yet. I had a thought and an idea that's currently evading me. Nothing fresh there. So Cliff is going to be priority engine. Trey's the backup. How did I picture this in my head? I can't remember exactly, but Cliff could be over the mountain, either getting the coal filled or the other one filled, and Trey may have to follow with another one. Is if I can't unload something? I can't load, yeah, unload. But he gets stuck over there with a beams wagon. If I send him with beams, I might not yet. So many decisions, so many possibilities. This is getting awesome. But yeah, as I mentioned in the short video, putting these around you can have yards everywhere. I have yards everywhere. Where's my mouse gone? Wrong screen, get over here. As you can see, everywhere now has a yard. Freight yard has considerably shrunk because there's no purpose for anything to live there anymore. Currently the only thing on shed is Betsy, because it's the way car. Everything else has moved around the map. And my God, is it cool as hell. Wow, this is so awesome. But yeah, the purpose of today, aside from showing you that, is we need to get lumber down to the refinery to get some oil barrels. Oh yeah. And I have a new engine. 2 new engines. 3? 2? 3? I'm not sure where I got to. What was Cliff? Yeah, there are more. Ooh, let's get into it. Right then, first new engine, I believe. No, you're number 7. Cliff's number 8. You were before Cliff. I'm so confused. I've done so much playing and so much trackling. My brain's mush. But yeah, meet Gramps. Gramps is a beast. Gramps is, yeah, on permanent oil duty because these things are stupidly heavy. And yeah, I had doubts with the cook. I thought it had broken. Nah, it's just there. It's so heavy. Gramps, perfect engine for the job. Oh yeah. Now, there is an engine I haven't yet purchased. And I've also discovered a little problem. Where are you? You should be over here. We'll get to the little problem in a moment. Yes, there we go. The General. I have purchased a Eureka. What number are you then? You're number 9. Okay. I think that's right. I think I can see it in my head now. Yep. Anyway, the General lives over here. The General is on permanent wood duty out of the logging camp. No other engine is coming over here unless he breaks. He's good. And if you don't know the reference with the General, you won't know the reference with the Texas chasing the General. This is a shame because it's a really good story. American Civil War. I believe it was Union troops stole the General and ran him up the line, her up the line even, and was chased eventually by the Texas. There were more engines involved, more people involved. Hell of a story. The first film I remember, it was black and white. I think it's Buster Keaton. It was a bit of a comedy spin on it, but the way they ran the engines and everything, oh, it was wild. Hell of a film. And that's probably where my love for steam engines began. And now we're here. I do like the Eureka, but she's not a good engine for moving heavy weight. But in theory, she isn't going to be moving heavy weight uphill. Everything is down. Wood may be a problem. We'll see how she gets on with the wood. That's got to go around, but she should be able to do the iron mine. The coal's quite a steady climb as well, apart from one part, but in theory, this should go to the interchange to go to the coal and be dragged up by a cliff. And how often am I going to actually have to send wood over to the coal mine? Right, onwards. The important part of the day. Ah yes, the sawmill. Oh, probably have a little look around actually while we're here, shouldn't we? So most of the track is still the same. That bit there, it's placing this thicking thing. I really struggle to find a home for it. So what I've done is I've pretty much laid every yard out quickly, and I'm going to come back and revisit and tinker, reorganise and such like. I've tried to keep the sheds near the sidings with the water and the sand. I've tried my best to get the wood in there somewhere, but obviously this needs a second line. So it's becoming a challenge, but we'll get there. But most of the loop is still the same. With having loops and everything, I do have quite a lot of enclosed space. As you can see, these two trains fit up here quite happily. That's cordwood, that's a second log train. I painted it in yellow. And I don't know whether I've made a boo-boo there. We're 7 minutes in, we're not going to get this run. Sawmill though, this is cool. I like this. And meet Glenn. I already have Brooke. Now I have Glenn. Glenbrook. He's the red one. This is currently, I believe, the actual colours of the real Glenbrook. She is red. Or he. He? I have to listen to some interviews on the drivers to find out what they refer to that engine as. But yeah, I like it. And the Glenbrook is my favourite engine. Hands down. It looks in proportion, it behaves itself on the rails, which is very important for the next point I'm going to make. That thing. Something is wrong with this engine. And it's a real shame. I don't know if it's to do with the fact it can go faster than anything else, but every time I use this, it ends up jumping off the rails. Either the engine does or the train does, and it's the only one it does it with. Every other train I run is fine. Put this on the front of it, nah. You are having a good time re-railing stuff. You are grounded. Hence Glenn. Moz was going to run the sawmill. Moz isn't running the sawmill until Moz can learn to stay on the damn tracks. Which is a shame, because I thought with the speed of it and how much I've got to run out of here, beams and lumber wise, it would have been a perfect engine to live here. But it's just misbehaving. And the proportions of the Glenbrook look better. But you park them next to each other and the builder's plates are exactly the same. 3712. Wish I had the faster run speed now. 3712. And That's not right, is it? That's a builder's plate. Every engine should have its own number. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Oh, anyway, the adjustments to the sawmill. I'll have a cup of tea if you like. This is the original track, is it not? Yes, that's the original one then. So I put the sidings over here. Whether I ever use them or not is another matter, because there's only the one train that needs to live down here, and you may have also noticed there are more than 6. I've committed to 8, because 8 works for travelling this around the industries. I think maths is going to evade me now. Either way, you can take 8 and fill up the industry with beams, or the industry with lumber, with a little bit of leeway, because there always seems to be 1 or 2, 3 pieces left. You run it through and it's rather frustrated. The other one I've put in, yeah, you stay there, you. See, again, this thing is a pain in the butt. I put in a run round loop because the general is going to have to come down here and chuck a load of logs in there for me, because yeah, we're out. The general is due down here now. Now I could park Glenn up in the sidings every time and put him on shed, but I'm thinking about just leaving him here and having the general use the loop, for simplicity's sake, you know. I like these loops. I like the idea of the shunting. I did do a little bit of shunting down the refinery, which is where we're going now. I'll show you that yard because I'm really impressed with how that's come out. The curves might need a little bit more fine tuning, but yeah, it looks good. I'm really impressed with it. Right, while we're waiting for a little bit of water, this is a perfect opportunity to try and get an half decent screenshot of Glenn. Oh, that's a good shot, isn't it? I like that one. The other side will be in the dark here. Catching the sun. What a pretty engine. I think I missed the perfect opportunity because Brooke at the minute is going to run out of the smelter, and she's currently on the 3 original yard lines waiting to pick up some wagons because she ain't got them. This is the train I need to buy a second version of, and these 2 engines were parked side by side, and oh, I would quite happily just have a fleet of these things, and I may yet do. Right, water temps creeping up, fire temps creeping up. Can we set off? 10%, 8 wagons, job's good. Right, while we're waiting for this to fire up then, let's just make sure we're going to go the right way. Nope. Now that one will sort itself out. We don't need to go into the interchange. I also changed this part here. It used to come down here and had a really tight thing. Yeah, Gramps did not like that tight curve, so that has been tweaked. Clearly the map is needs updating a little bit, but I left a passing loop there just in case. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's not good. Yep. Right, then we're going to get up here. Now this, I think this is awesome. You'll see it properly when we get there, but I'm really impressed with how this has turned out. We're doing lumber, so we need to be on this side. Yeah. But you see the angles are just a little bit weird. When you do these long spline placements, it tends to nip the corners in. So I may revisit this one and just bring it out a little more, you know? Try and keep some consistency in the curve. And if I do, I can always extend these sidings. Haha! How are we going? Boiler pressure's up. Nice. The shame about not being able to use the mods. Though again, that might have something to do with him jumping off the rails all the time. The Glenbrook is a set and forget it loco. It just works so well. I also noticed with the cook going around corners it starts rocking. Gramps did it on that tight bend. They could understand it, but the two middle drivers don't have flanges. I'm not sure if this one's... I believe it is known as a blind driver. Yeah, no flange. So that's sort of the wheelbase there then. Doesn't make a difference with the blind drivers. At least that's the American term. I don't know if that's the English term as well. I think it's just a flangeless over here. Could be wrong. So watching a lot of Heiss and his real life videos and his new series he's doing with Khan. Hell of a lot of information in it. Obviously he's American, Canadian. Anyway, he's over the Atlantic from where I am, so the terminology will be different. I have found out though why an engineer, or the driver, is an engineer in America. Because he had to do a lot of fixing as well as driving. He was responsible for everything. Over in the UK, it's just an engine driver. Because we have our separate engineering teams. Your engine is always close to a depot. It's a lot more compact over here. Makes sense. Right. We should be able to open this up a bit. See how we get on. Come on, Glenn. First run. You can tell I've not used him much because his tender's still full of coal. I keep meaning to park an engine near to Brook and throw some wood over coal. Not yet. The game's not there yet. Yeah, Brook is running a little bit low on the fuels. We should be fine. Now we're going to get up to the incline to the refinery, and I may discover that this has been a complete and utter waste of time. And Glenn can't actually climb it with 8. I'm hoping he will. But what an engine. The only thing that bugs me is the running plate here. So that side sticks out. Well, there's more of it to get round the air compressor. This side, no air compressor, but there is something there. So you'd have thought that I matched it, wouldn't you? You know? It just looks weird. We're saying that when you look at the shape from a bird's eye view, the whole thing's off centre, so... Alright, 18 minutes in. Go on, Glenn, you got this. Oh, there's a thing. We can find out what speed he's doing, can't we? Can we? Maybe? Nope, that will be me. Don't want me, I want Glenn. Ah! Got him. He's doing 15. It's not bad, is it? Can I live with that? I don't hit that. Just press F1 again. Yeah, the bottom of the controls is cut off when I'm in that view. But this window on OBS is actually capturing Railroads Online window rather than my desktop, so it doesn't pick up the overlay of Railroads Extended, which is a shame. If I start clicking about in there, the audio goes, doesn't it? Yeah, as soon as you click in there, audio's gone. What a really cool tool that is, though, to work with. This train looks massive. It's only got an extra 2 wagons on it, but it looks huge. Right, now here's where it's going to get interesting then. There's the Ironworks. Telegraph offices everywhere. Even though you could just right click and teleport with Rails Extended, that just inspired me. Now I've got engines and wagons all over the map. Like when you roll down to the Ironworks, we've not been there yet. There are 3 trains at the Ironworks. There's a coal train. Rather than leave it over at the coal mine, I decided to leave it there. There's a... Is it a state car? Is it flat car? Flat car. Tier 1s for the steel pipes, and then you've got the toolboxes as well, of which I now have the 3rd wagon as well. Right, she's feeling this. Not sure if that's accelerating ever so slightly. Safe to say though, Glenn has got it covered. This is where it's paid out, or worked out, because I've gone for steady inclines throughout the map. I've tried my best to. It means I can get away with using Glenbrook. Or Glenbrooks. Everywhere. It is, she's accelerating. He's accelerating. Oh, that is going to be so confusing. All engines are she's. We'll just go with that. Right then. Now, hit the brakes. Well, not so much the brakes as drop the regulator off. Yeah, that was just a shunt originally. But I do like the loops. Right, that loop, as I discovered from the map, needs tweaking. But the engine that's going to live over here hasn't moved in yet. Started to get some oil barrels up there. Right. This is going to be a little bit interesting. Unloading this thing takes forever. And it's up a slope. So it's going to be fun starting and stopping. Placement is good though. Hold fire there, buddy. Yeah. Never used the crossovers before until the 45 got released and I started playing with that. I quite like crossovers now. They have their uses. It's weird. On the map, this doesn't look very smooth, but coming across it, it's not actually that bad. That could have been nipped in a bit more, really. I may tweak that as well. But that's going to get cut. I can smooth that. And that might get tweaked as well. I think the corner's okay. Probably should have used the bridges with the walkway as well. Did we get it right? Oh, it's fine because it drops this way. Look at that. It's probably going to disappear straight away because where is the production side? Oh, it's over there, the barrels. You can't go, you've got to go around the back. It's sticking across? Yeah, it's sticking across nice. Look at it go. More barrels, lots more barrels. I think I've got... It is Monty who's going to run out of here. Use for the little guy. All he has to do is bring him down. And he's only having 4 tier 3s? I think they're the tier 3 wagons. Yeah, tier 3s. Oil barrels. He's only got 4 of them. It's a nice little train. All he's doing is taking the heavies down, bringing back up the empties. And this is where Monty's going to live. He's currently the only thing, aside from Betsy, left at the freight depot. But that is going to be tomorrow's episode, getting this done. Oh yes. I thought we'd have a nice long special episode for Christmas Day. Anybody who does have a bit of time, we're going to run the oil barrels, we're going to buy a class 48 and we're going to try and get all the cars and wagons sorted and finish putting the engines where they need to be. And then I can just run trains whenever I want. It's going to be epic. But that's tomorrow's episode. This is Christmas Eve. We all need to go to bed nice and early, ready for Santa. Well guys, I will call it there. If you've enjoyed the episode, hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you tomorrow. Laters. Words every time.